You're listening to Blue Collar Takes with your hosts, Pat and Ben.
Welcome back, everybody. Pat, what's up, man?
Hey man, what's going on?
Well, we have some shite to talk about, don't we?
A little bit.
So let's dive into it. Second assassination attempt. Can you believe this crap?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we called it out. I mean, if you remember back to one of the episodes, it was, I don't know, it seems like we've got a lot of episodes now, but we said, hey, this is not going to stop.
Well, they said it's not going to stop.
Yeah, I mean, we had come out and originally 2 days after the first one that I think I was still in Illinois for a softball tournament. I was like,
Yep.
this is not going to stop.
Yeah.
They can't afford it.
I sent it to you while we were at work.
Yeah. This is insane. This is what in the hell, man?
I don't know, man. Like, it's still really early, right? Like, I don't know if this guy was just off his rocker or what, but uh, like and I don't know. It's so hard now to figure out what's true and not online. But I saw somewhere that he had donated to. They had pulled up a thing of all the donations he made to like Act Blue,
Mhm.
but they were all under $20. Like it was a bunch, but there was like one for $1.90. Like it just feels like this
Weird.
dude had nothing.
But yeah, I mean, look at these pictures that I sent you.
Yeah, I saw him.
It comes across as being a little ragtag.
Hmm.
Uh, you see the blue hair that he has, the blue and white hair. I mean, he's repping his colors, he's repping his side, which whatever. I don't care what your thought process is. Obviously, he's mentally disturbed if he's going to go and try to
Hmm.
murder, the former president and the active candidate that his party is running against. I've heard that he's got ties to some shit in Ukraine. I've heard all this crap, and I don't know. Who knows what's real at this point? It doesn't even matter. What does matter right now, the thing to me that matters the most is I saw this morning the media saying things like Trump's a fascist. Trump's a dictator waiting to happen. He's a threat to democracy. He's all these things. They continue to pump this bullshit,
Hmm.
and they're doing it at the expense of possibly Trump's life because the far left is fucking Looney Tunes. I mean, let's just throw this out there for a second and let's let this fall where it may. You have people on the far left that honestly believe socialism is the best form of policy that we can go through. They believe our own constitution is outdated and needs to be redone with a socialist ideology behind it. Socialism takes away freedom, and that's just how it is. We know that. We've seen it. There's hundreds of examples throughout human history of things that were done under socialist regimes that no one wants to get behind. But every time they do the same thing, they say the same thing. I mean, it's well, we can do it better this time. That's insanity, right?
Hmm.
We know
Hmm.
that's not going to work. We look at how far left this party is. We look at the bullshit they're trying to pull, and we realize that all of this is being done because it's a grift. Not on the foot soldier level. They're fucking nuts. They're nuts. They honestly believe Trump is a fascist. Um, a fascist doesn't believe in free speech. A fascist doesn't believe in freedom for everyone. A fascist doesn't believe in uh, sovereignty of their own country. A fascist doesn't believe in that crap. A fascist believes in dictator rule. And that's what they're trying to equate Trump to is this dictator rule. But it seems a lot like the people on the other side with the removing people from digital media platforms for free speech violations, for hate speech. The people that are targeting their opponents with law, uh, bullshit trials and bullshit legal things drummed up by DAs that are put in power based off of the freaking backbone of, hey, you put me in power and I'll get Trump. Paid for by George Soros through their campaigns. Um, Open borders everywhere, allowing migrant crisis to take place, even inside our own towns now, like you have in Ohio and you have in Colorado. All of these things that the far left is doing, it just points to this. They are not well. We saw the study we talked about a couple weeks ago, right? Where uh, they were asked a portion of, I can't remember what the sample size was, but they were asked,
Hmm.
hey, have you been diagnosed with some sort of mental condition, whether it be anxiety, depression? And on the left, it's way up there. And I don't even need that study anymore to say the left, it's way the fuck up there. I just look at who they are on their far left side of the party, and I'm like, yeah, dude, that's we got some issues coming our way.
Mhm.
What did they think was going to happen when they continue to say that Donald Trump is the villain, Donald Trump is evil, Donald Trump is all these things? Of course, they're going to try to fucking assassinate him a second time. We knew that day two after the first attempt, right?
Mhm.
We were saying this is going to take place. This is starting to become insane, bro. The way they're operating is insane. You can't, as the media, I get it. This is a no holds bar, all out push to not have Donald Trump be elected. You're so terrified that the corruption, all the bullshit is going to get pointed out, that she's going to, let's be honest, they don't believe he's going to fucking become a dictator and make himself the president for the next 40 years or
Mhm.
next 10 years, whatever he's got left in the tank. They don't believe that. They don't believe that for a fucking second. You and I know exactly what this is from, and it's all about the money grift. It's all about the policies and things they are putting in place to benefit the rich that are pushing this agenda, this globalist agenda that's taking place. And the media is their tool. Hello.
I didn't get you there at all on that last little bit. You said the media was their tool. Nope, you're breaking up.
How about now?
Yep.
Okay.
N-
No,
yeah, you're coming in spotty, so it's like you'd say, "How about now?" and I say yes, and then you start again, and there's nothing.
fucking FBI, bro.
Yeah, I don't think they're worried about us
No, no, not at all.
and our
Uh,
33 friends.
our 33 people that follow us that are family members.
Sorry, 32. You're one of them.
It would have to be you saying it anyway, because it was your house that the Alexa spied on you.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, you didn't remember. That's why I said that.
I should unplug that thing real quick.
Yeah, you probably should. Anyways, we know that's what's happening. We know it's this elitist group of people, the rich people that are using the media to get their agenda across because there's money to be made in the grift. I mean, I don't even have to look anymore. I don't even have to go and look at filings or tax records. I know that you can go down the list of the who's who of slime balls in Washington, and they're invested in BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard. I know that they're invested in all these. We know that the insider trading has been a grift forever. We know that they're invested in Raytheon and all these companies through BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. We know that. It's a foregone conclusion at this point. The reason they're going after Trump, the reason why they're allowing the media to continue to say this stuff. Do you remember what the media was saying 2 days after Trump had almost been, or 2 days in, didn't it?
I got you. It picked up a couple seconds after you talked. It's bouncing between the two microphones.
Yeah, it's this.
Yeah, it's a bad port.
How's that?
It's echoey, but just go.
I hate that.
I know, but it is what it is, man. Our laptops suck.
Yeah,
They're,
to.
we need to upgrade.
Yeah, we do. I hear.
I got you at the end of that.
You got me now.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't
So
touch anything.
I'm trying my best not to.
All right. You're getting animated with your hands and you're pulling on cords.
I'm not. I'm not. The
I'm
laptop's
just
not
kidding.
even
I'm
next to
just
me.
kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I
yeah,
move
yeah.
the slightest, and it's like, oh yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, going back to it. This is all a money grift. We've said it before. We've shown where everybody is. You don't even have to. I don't even have to look anymore. I just know that all these slime balls in Washington are invested in this. They have a vested interest in making sure that Donald Trump does not win. Whether you're Lindsey Graham, you're Mitt Romney, you're freaking the establishment group, the cronies, the uniparty, or any of the Democrats, they have a vested interest in not letting Donald Trump win this election. So the media companies, of course, they're running shield for Kamala, and they're going to continue to point and paint Trump out to be this villain of the day. Well, when you have the mental health problems we have in this country that we can see on a daily basis, this is the dangerous situation they're creating for Trump and for Republicans, and now for us. Um, how long is it? I mean, if you have people on your side that are willing to take a shot at the fucking president, A president guarded by Secret Service, by law enforcement, by it's a no-win situation. It's a you succeed or you die, or you succeed and go to prison. It doesn't matter. There is no out for you. It's not like this guy can run off and hide. He's not going to make it out of this alive or make it out of this without being caught, right? If they're willing to do that to a president, what are they willing to do to a group of, anti Kamala protesters?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's getting more and more dangerous. And the media is completely complicit. The bullshit there, the bullshit that is being said, again, it's just, oh my God, I'm getting so frustrated because you kill Trump. If they kill Trump, there will be a a reckoning that comes down from the side of the Trump party that is done fucking around. You play that game and they are going to show up. And I don't know what happens after that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's terrifying. It's terrifying to think about. Will they go an eye for an eye? If you shoot Trump, are they going to go after Kamala? And then where does it stop after that?
Yeah. I hope not.
I know, right? We don't need this bullshit, but the media and the elite globalist people that are allowing this to happen, that's where it's coming in, bro. What do you do? How do you stop it? You can't.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to look up. I had some family in town this weekend, so they just left, and I've been trying to catch up as you've been talking. But have you seen Donald Trump's tweet? I just sent it to you.
Yeah, the 0-2 tweet.
Oh, and 2.
Yeah, I mean he's brilliant.
Brilliant.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he 0
sorry.
for 2.
I just saw that and I started laughing. I didn't want people to think I was laughing at you.
Did you did you see how this whole thing went down?
I saw, yeah, I've seen a little bit of I mean, I saw it right away and we were talking about it and I looked it up and I was watching it kind of that way, but I wasn't really looking for anything, like we were watching football and so CBS cut in and talked about it.
So a Secret Service agent was walking in advance, saw the rifle, which was an AK-47 sticking out through a fence, drew his weapon and put shots on the area, and the guy dropped his rifle, left his packs there and his GoPro camera, 'cause, nothing like filming yourself taking out a former president in the current presidential campaign. A candidate in a campaign. And he took off, and then they got the description of him, and they caught him shortly.
So it was an eyewitness took a picture of his vehicle and the tag, which then they were able to turn on the license plate readers in Florida, and they go to them, and they tracked him in the nearby county, and they pulled him over.
Yeah, they got him instantly.
They said he was super calm and whatever.
Yeah, compliant. Oh, what did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. Oh yeah, buddy, you didn't just take a shot at.
Yeah, and then they brought the witness over there, and they ID'd him.
Unreal. Thank God the Secret Service agent was walking in advance and doing his job. If this were,
well, it sounds like there was a couple of them based on the last press conference that there was 2 of them that were watching the area, like go advance a couple holes ahead and walking the area and just like scouting each hole. Yeah. And this is a known problem that they've had. This area is the weakest area for them because it goes right up to the street.
Right. It looked like you could just cross over some bushes and you're there.
Yeah. You can hide behind some bushes from the street, but before the fence. So I would guess those bushes come out tomorrow or already did.
Yeah. I will tell you, the scary thing for me is thinking that they're 0 for 2, like Trump says, but these people are not trained. They have no idea what they're doing. They have no business trying to do these kinds of things, but that's what crazy people do, right? 300 yards is still a chip shot if you have.
So they said he was 500 yards away, but he's 2 holes away. So there's probably trees and shit in the way, right? Like, because they usually go back and forth, right? Like one tee box lines up to the last green. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
so I don't know the golf course layout there, but I mean, it could be very, so if he had eyes on him, I think there would have been a shot taken, and it doesn't sound like he shot.
Yeah, maybe not. But here's the deal. Matthew Crooks had an aim point, which we talked about.
Hmm.
He had a hard time seeing his target because at
Hmm.
100 and what is it, 47 yards or whatever, with
Yep.
your aim point brightness up, it washes out that
Hmm.
that target.
Hmm.
That's a tough shot to make if you're not trained and you don't know how to use your equipment.
Hmm.
This guy had an AK-47, which first shot on an AK-47 is usually accurate, but if you're laying down a faster amount of fire, it's not accurate in the least.
Yeah.
Um, but it sounds like he had a scope on this thing, apparently.
They did say he had a scope, and there's pictures of it out there.
So that makes this thing in first shot capability a lot more lethal.
Hmm.
Uh, the whole flagging yourself by sticking your muzzle out through a fence, not your brightest moment. Thank God you did it, and you're an idiot. But the thing that gets me is 300, 500 yards with an easy civilian bought rifle for, four, five, $600 and a $400 scope is a chip shot.
Hmm.
Um, a 10-inch MOA plate you can shoot that out to 1,000 with a $700 rifle and a $400 glass setting on top of it.
Hmm.
It's not hard. It just takes the right ammo and the right person to do it. So I'm glad that it's not the right person. I'm glad they're 0 for 2. But the thing is, how many more attempts are going to be out there? Because eventually, what, third time's a charm? You know what I mean? This has to stop. And it has
Hmm.
to start with accountability in the media. The media, politicians, Nancy Pelosi, Maxine Waters, these people that are saying violent rhetoric, and they have been for the last 8 years surrounding Trump. This shit has to stop, man.
Hmm.
You take out our candidate on this side, and hey, we've got crazy people too. You think did you not think that our people on the far right aren't just as crazy as your far left? They will start themselves, the good old boys are going to start themselves a blue haired hunting season. I,
Yeah. I really hope we don't get there.
bro, I'm right there with you because it's a death call to this country because it could erupt
It's
and
gonna end it.
it's going to end it. It'll fracture, and we don't need it. We don't need this bullshit. But it's all brought on by the political far left, the political left, and the media, and these fucking elitists, the deep state billionaires that are trying to get rid of Donald Trump and allowing their media cronies to do this day in and day out. We weren't even a week removed from the first attempt on him, and they were already going back to the whole, yeah, he's a bad guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And before he was a bad guy, it was, oh, he's somebody needs to put a bullseye on this guy, or somebody needs to target this guy, or somebody needs to take him out. It was shit like that, rhetoric like that. What did you think was going to happen?
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. It's sickening.
Yeah, man. I
I
hear
mean,
you.
two attempts now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Hmm.
I don't even know I don't even know what to say. I have no idea what to say. How this can keep going, how this is happening, how it continues to happen, and how they continue to play the games they're playing. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at I see an unofficial. This has not yet been officially verified by authorities, but they have his criminal record. Uh, looks like there's felonies for
So he's not even
uh
supposed to have a gun.
yeah, one of them was a weapons charge.
Not even supposed to have a gun.
Possession of stolen goods. Mm,
I bet you it was the gun.
uh, carry concealed weapon. So he's carrying a concealed weapon.
Yeah.
A misdemeanor, misdemeanor, misdemeanor. Felony was possession of weapon mass destruction. What?
Maybe.
A weapon of mass. It says weapon
Oh,
mass DEST.
that's a California law, right? So you have a weapon that is going against their California ban, which means more rounds than the 10 rounds. So you're split like they have 5-round magazines or 10-round mag, whatever the crazy law is in California. I'm guessing that's where it's coming from.
North
That he had.
Carolina.
That's shocking. I don't know what that means. I
I don't
figured it
know
was a
what that means either.
I figured it was a California compliant thing, but North Carolina doesn't. That's weird. I
It
don't
was
know.
an O2. That's the only felony. Interesting. Yeah. So I don't know if that's gonna come out as official or not, but
I don't know. I don't know either. I do know that, like I said, this has to stop, dude. Like it has to stop. He's not
yeah.
your guy. I get it. You can't. If your option to win this is to continue to put this guy's life in danger,
Mhm.
um, you're the freaking dictator. You're the dangerous one. You're the fascist. You're the Nazi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You're not allowing this guy to be who he is and run as a political candidate off lies and all the crappy the rhetoric you're saying, trying to cause a dangerous situation, and you know they are. You
Mhm.
know they are. They know there's crazy people out there that are willing to take a shot. They've already seen it once. What, 2 months ago, almost to the exact date, right? Was it July 13th? So we're 2 months and 2 days past the last assassination attempt.
Yeah, something like that.
That puts him right around election time for his next one. If we're going to stay on this clock.
So the first one was 10 days after he destroyed Biden in the debate, and this one was 5 days after the Kamala debate.
Oh yeah, let's not have any more debates then. We can't have that. He's gonna
Can't
have to
afford it.
cancel. Yeah.
Says Ron DeSantis just tweeted the state of Florida will be conducting its own investigation regarding the attempted assassination at Trump International Golf Club. The people deserve the truth about the would-be assassin and how he was able to get within 500 yards of the former president and current GOP nominee.
Yeah, and I believe that'll come out.
Yeah,
That'll be
for sure
good.
it will come out. Well, it was Eric Prince immediately came out and said for this it was a tweet that, or maybe it was something else, a podcast or something, but he had called for DeSantis to take over the investigation. Do not give it to the FBI, but the FBI already has a car, so
The FBI is so scummy. I mean,
the good
and it,
news is that sheriff was basically just I don't think that sheriff's gonna let anything get out like out of his hands, out of his possession without doing their stuff first.
I hope so.
Because
I
he's in county jail. He is not in federal custody. He is in their custody.
you know, what a sad state we're in right now. We're having this conversation about the FBI.
You can't trust him.
You can't trust them. You can't trust any of the federal
Hmm.
organizations, any of the federal entities. You can't trust them because they're so far gone. They're so far corrupted. You can't trust anything. You can't trust what the media says. You can't trust what comes out of the Oval Office. You can't trust what comes out of the halls of Congress anymore. You just can't fucking trust it. That's the biggest problem we have right now is we are not being represented at all by our government. Not at
Hmm.
all.
Hmm.
It's no longer by the people, of the people, for the people, whatever the fuck it was. It's no longer that. It's by the elite, for the elite, at the cost of the people. And I don't know, man. Like, what do you do? What do you do? Because I'll be honest, um, I can see this going bad in a fucking hurry. If
Yeah.
they actually carry out another assassination attempt and it's successful, third time's a charm, I would
Hmm.
hate to be one of those media figureheads that was the Joy Reids, the uh Rachel Maddows, the frickin' uh Joe Scarboroughs, the Mika Brzezinskis. I would hate to be them. You've been talking a whole lot of crap, saying a whole lot of stuff about Trump. And when you do that, you're putting yourself out there. Just like, you know, Joe Rogan and Russell Brand and Dan Bongino are putting themselves out there for the stuff they say, right?
Yeah.
Um, that's dangerous. Stop the fucking rhetoric. Stop the bullshit.
Yeah.
The hosts of The View, stop the bullshit.
Hmm.
Stop. Fucking stop. And they can't. And they won't. They have to at all costs. They have to get rid of them, or who knows what the fuck will happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so far gone into the levels of corruption. I'm not even sure they'll have an election. We've talked about it before, and we never talked about it on the podcast, but we've talked about it in person. Like, I don't even know anymore. I don't know that we will even have an election because they're that fucking corrupt, and they're so afraid of what he might do.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Sorry, I'm just trying to read more. Everything coming out. It says that this guy, so Snowden tweeted, "We know little so far, but what says, but W alleged Trump shooters' personal and public participation in military activities in Ukraine. It is hard to imagine this White House's agencies can claim zero contact. And he's got in parentheses clean hands. Something of an Oswald vibe here. Congress should get answers." But he's got the picture of him from his Facebook page, the picture of him in DC and Kiev side by side. And it says in DC and Kiev to provide soldiers for the war effort.
unreal.
So it's very unlikely that he doesn't have any contacts in intelligence.
Unbelievable, huh? Here we go again.
Yep.
Here we go again.
Yep.
Another crazy possible contacts with intelligence tries to take out Trump.
Mhm.
You know, the other thing that really gets me, I want you just to think about this for a second.
Mhm.
He has to have intel of where Trump's movements are, where he's going to be. Trump's not making it public that he's going to this golf course. You and I didn't know about it. People, I mean, he's not posting that out there.
Yeah. And I said that my cousin's here when we were talking about it. He said, yeah, it probably wasn't. However, when he's not campaigning, he's there almost every day. And you're going to see,
You're
hold
at the
on,
wrong golf course.
no, hold on. That's the golf course that's next to Mar-a-Lago. It's 5 miles away. So you still have to go, you still have to take the motorcade. So all that shit was shut down. So like, if you're just watching him, like he was on hole 5. So if he was just watching Mar-a-Lago and seeing where that went, like it's plausible that yes, even though it wasn't out there, there is the giant motorcade taking him.
Now let me step into this.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're watching Mar-a-Lago, which this wasn't at Mar-a-Lago, it was a separate course from the Mar-a-Lago course.
It was 5 miles away.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he still has to do a recon on that course. He still has to come up with a spot where he can access Trump and have an engagement criteria that'll match what he needs to do. And he's got some sort of escape route, so he's trying to have his vehicle close, which is why he picked that spot up there on that side of the road, right? He has a weapon that has to be effective in that capacity. He's picking a semi-automatic weapon, AK-47. Since now we know he's in Ukraine, that's why he's picking this weapon, because he's gotten to use that weapon exclusively in Ukraine, right?
Yeah. So okay, hold on. Sorry. This is the Mar-a-Lago Golf Club. It's 5 miles away from the Mar-a-Lago estate. It's according to Mar-a-Lago's website.
What's the name of the course?
It's Trump International Golf Club, West Palm Beach.
Okay.
So it's the one that he goes to when he's at Mar-a-Lago. So like this would have been, if he was going to whatever, it could have been scoped out, but it's 5 miles away. So it's not just jumping in a golf cart on site. Right?
Hold on, I'm just looking at something. Yeah, 5 minutes from Mar-a-Lago. So it's not,
Yeah.
I mean, this might be part of Mar-a-Lago, but it's still, you still have to find it if he's there. You still have to do this. What I'm getting at is he's got some sort of intel that he's done. He's done some sort of recon to have the area.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the question then becomes, did you do it by yourself? Did somebody else point to you where he's going to be? Sure, you could watch Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
And sure, you know, Trump golfs probably every day that he's not doing something, right?
Well, I mean, that's been out there, right? Like that's,
well, everybody knows it.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. Because he does interviews with the press with him on the golf course.
Mm-hmm. So there has to be some kind of method behind what this guy was going for. But the question in my mind is, okay, what intel, if you're connected to intel assets, um, how did you come to choose that spot, that course, that day? Is it all just dumb luck? It could be.
Could
It
be. Well, I mean,
absolutely could be.
yeah, it could be he if you knew that he was at Mar-a-Lago because I mean it's been out there that he's at Mar-a-Lago. That's a course that he goes and plays with every day he's at Mar-a-Lago. You know what I mean? So like
Yep.
I agree with you. There's probably some other link there, someone helping him do something. However,
I'm
it
not even
could
gonna
be
say that. What I'm saying is this to me, Matthew Crooks couldn't do that on his own. What Matthew Crooks did.
yeah, agreed.
That one to me, like you couldn't do it on your own.
Hmm.
You had to have somebody else kind of be like, okay, dude, you should do this, you should do that, you should go here.
Hmm.
And the inept response of the Secret Service allowed Matthew Crooks to get as close as he did.
Hmm.
This is a dude who probably had some fighting experience in Ukraine, who could possibly do this on his own. So it could be complete dumb luck. But since I I don't think Matthew Crooks could do what he did on his own to get that
Sure.
close.
Sure.
Now this dude does it 2 months later, and there's the second possible guy in this thing with Intel,
Maybe.
maybe somebody.
Yeah, maybe.
Um,
I
something
mean, it could
stinks.
just be someone, it doesn't necessarily have to be someone Intel, right? Like it could be someone, it could be anyone, to be honest. Like if anyone was just helping you out, like just even looking at locations or whatever, or just reading up on,
I,
I don't
dude,
know.
I feel like,
I have no idea, man. Like, how did he know that this was the weakest spot? Unless it's that easy. Like, can you see the golf course from part of the road?
well,
I don't,
you'd have
I
to
don't,
recon
yeah,
it to
yeah,
figure it
yeah,
out, right?
for sure. And
But
maybe that's what it is.
for me, it almost feels like you have somebody at Mar-a-Lago in the Trump orbit that's feeding inside information to somebody.
Hmm.
And
Maybe.
I don't know. Like
And who knows? Maybe it's just some fucking person he paid somebody, somebody that works there. You
that's what
don't
I'm
know.
saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
it could
I
be
don't think it's
anything
like
not like malicious.
right,
Like, yeah, Trump's golfing tomorrow. Oh, cool.
right. That's how
Yeah,
you pimp people for information.
for sure.
Just seems like he had somebody that he would have got information from, and it did. You're right. It didn't have to be. He could just be good at what he was doing,
Hmm.
which makes that even scarier because now you have that guy close enough to Trump to do something, and luckily he was spotted. Rookie mistake by flagging yourself with a barrel through the fence. That
Hmm.
was stupid, but
Hmm.
that might have been his only option because those bushes might have went right
Yeah.
up to the fence.
Yep. For sure.
And
And who knows what they have on that fence if they, it's probably like a shaker fence or something. If it
yeah,
gets cut, they're gonna know.
yeah, well, you can bet tomorrow
Well,
that
it will be.
the
Yeah.
whole
Well, it's
fence
gonna
is
be.
it's
Yeah. There's gonna be
screened.
a wall there. Yeah.
It's going to be screened by tomorrow. They
Hmm.
will have put stuff in the way,
Yep.
and they'll have had camera coverage added
They'll
to
put
certain areas.
boulders or something there so you can't even see. You can't do
Yeah,
nothing.
but wow, I mean, ugh. I'm going to say this too. The
Hmm.
Secret Service is letting Trump on a golf course with that close of an access point.
Well, and
You better have had guys stationed there the entire time watching that for that to happen.
I'm sure that's probably
Yeah, I bet it
the
is.
case because they obviously knew to look there,
Well,
right?
dude,
Like, yeah,
they did their job this time
yeah,
and did
yeah,
it
yeah.
well. I wish they
I,
would have. I wish they would have hit something. They
mm-hmm.
needed that win. Like they needed that win. You know what I
Well, I'm
mean?
glad that they didn't hit something.
I wish they would have hit him.
Well, yeah, no, I'm glad they didn't because maybe he'll talk.
Maybe I doubt it. He'll die in prison. He'll hang
Well,
himself or something.
yeah, he
Whatever.
probably will, but until the county gets rid of him,
Yeah. The Secret Service has had a rough go. The agents on the ground, and they needed that. They needed that. Like I did my job moment,
mm-hmm,
which they did. They did their job.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Kudos to them for freaking pushing him out of there.
Yeah.
But I would have to imagine it was a pistol against an
Yeah,
AK.
100% was a
And
pistol.
boy, do you have some stones on you to go after an AK with a pistol. So kudos to them for that. And they
Yep.
did their job. But
Yep.
it would have been cool to see them get that moment back where they're like, okay, yeah,
For sure. Yeah, we got that one.
yep. Not again, buddy. Not on my watch. You know, that type of thing. But
And the other thing I mean, I guess I kind of understand. At the same time, I don't understand is how he got a whole county away. Like, wait, how was he parked on the street next to Mar-a-Lago without
well, I don't,
anything?
I
I
guess
just is
I
a
don't know the
road. Like
geographic. I don't,
it doesn't seem like there's parking right there. Like what I'm saying is nobody was around there. Like he got into his car, somebody took a picture of it, and
yeah.
then they had to use the light. Like there was nobody even close.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, that's not,
I don't get
that's
that
not,
part of it.
that's not abnormal. I mean, well,
It
I
should
don't
be
know.
for a president thing. Yeah, especially when he's out on the course. And you
Yeah.
know that's a deficiency right there.
Yeah. Yeah. The more you say it, the more I'm like, you're fucking right. That's why weren't there any fucking cops on the street?
Right. Like if that's a problem spot, put a fucking
Why
Secret
was there a
Service
why
SUV
was there a
there.
squad there? Yeah. I don't.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
For the whole 18, like, no, we don't
I
want them to know
I
that they're
take it
there.
back. The Secret Service fucked up again. I take it back. Fuck you,
Well, who
Secret Service.
knows? Who knows? Who knows? Right? Like,
Yeah. I whatever.
there's going to be a lot more that come out. And maybe there is something like that. Yes, they had that suspicious vehicle and they were responding to it. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if he just got there and put the barrel through the fence and he somehow flagged himself, like,
Oh
and the
yeah.
guy caught that, you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
glare or something. And he's like, or he saw the movement. So, like, he had just gotten there. Like,
Well,
those
I'll
two
tell
things
you
could happen at the same time.
that AK front sight post and the gas tube block, everything coming out of the freaking fence right there, that would immediately I would see that from 100 yards away and be like, that's a fucking AK right there.
Yeah.
I mean, once you've seen it and you know it, you're gonna know what it is. So good on them. I suppose should we wrap this up?
Yeah, we can. Just do a quick one. You get more of
Yeah.
it this week.
Yep. Well, thanks everybody for joining us, and
Yeah.
we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, everyone.